morning, viewers. Welcome to NOA River State Dialogue. This is a forum where, as part of our mandate, government policies, programs and activities are communicated to citizens and feedback entertained in form of questions, comments, and suggestions. Today, I have wonderful guests in the studio. And we're going to be talking about the Yuletide season and citizens' responsibility in crime prevention and safety. We know that the Yuletide season is all around the corner. There will be many excitements, many travels, visitors coming in from outside the country, within Nigeria, and children having to stay home once again. This is also a season where crime and criminality thrives. So we need to know what our responsibility is as citizens of Nigeria in terms of crime prevention and safety. And I have here with me in the studio this morning Mr. Patrick Joseph Akpan. He's the Assistant Corps Commander of the FRSC. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I also have here Dr. Benisola Ieklo. She's the ACC NSCDC. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I have here with me also Barrister Esther Acho Orienta. She's from FIDA. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good to be here.
Okay. I have also Comrade William Emmanuel. He's the President, SAP Global.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay, pleasure to have you too. I have Mrs. Omaku Doris. She's the Community Orientation and Mobilization Officer in charge of NOA Office, Opobo Nkoro Local Government Area.
I'm happy to be here.
You're welcome. I also have here Mr. Bekimbo Williams. He's the Community Orientation and Mobilization Officer in charge of Degema Local Government Area. You're welcome, sir.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, you are all welcome. We'd love to have you today. I'd like to start with you, Mr. Patrick. You know, so many people will be traveling this period. You know, people coming in from outside the country, others within, having to go back to maybe their homes and all that. What do you think they should look out for?
Thank you very much, the moderator. I feel highly honored to be here today. In fact, we are in that particular period that everybody wants to maximize profit. Everybody, as far as the last lap of the Ember month is concerned, everybody tends to be in a rush. The drivers want to make it at all costs. The money they never had from September, they want to make sure by December they've gotten it. Okay. So it is not always easy. And our greatest problem, our greatest concern goes to the passengers. Okay. Because the ratio of the passengers to the driver is always about 8-to-1. You have so many passengers and the driver is just a single person. So you as a passenger, there are some things you really have to take into cognizance. The first thing you have to know is your safety lies in your hands. Okay. It doesn't lie in the hands of the driver. Okay. So your conduct while boarding a vehicle really matters. What am I talking about? If you want to board any vehicle, first and foremost, you check the kind of vehicle you want to board and make sure the vehicle is not being overloaded with loads. Okay. Every vehicle has a maximum load it is supposed to carry, but because of the period we found ourselves, everybody, the load that is supposed to be, for 2 cars to pick up, one driver may decide which is not always very good. So we are advising passengers that we want to see in 2021. Okay. And the way you make your bed is how you lie on it. Okay. So when boarding any vehicle, make sure your vehicle is not overloaded. And another major thing is the overspeeding. Overspeeding is another thing. During the COVID-19, we had the highest number of crashes on the road because the road was free. So the driver felt a field day, they drove recklessly, and we recorded the highest number of crashes, more than even the COVID-19 in this country. So we are advising passengers, because our greatest concern is the passengers, those who are boarding this vehicle. Please, If the driver is so far over speeding, it is your right to call him to order.
Okay, that's key. Yes.
It is your right to call him to order.
Okay.
Because what we in road safety, what our forefathers told us is, this road we are applying is patient, but he never forgives. So another thing is, this vehicle that you are boarding, you as a passenger, there's a parade you have to do. Look around this vehicle. How is the condition of those tires?
Okay.
Those tires, maybe you may have worn-out tires. We have this scenario that some people boarded a vehicle that had a worn-out tire, and pastor came and preached that we cover the tires with the blood of Jesus Christ. I mean, you don't do that. That is demonology in that right. I mean, you just have to move and check the conditions of the tires. If the tires are worn out, please don't board such vehicles. And another thing we are trying to condemn is night traveling.
Okay.
Now enter bus for night for Lagos and you go arrive Port Harcourt by in the morning. It is so bad. Please, we cannot even see very well in the day. Talk less at night. So we don't really want people to embark. Please don't ever embark on night journey. If you cannot make it in the day, forget about the journey. Another thing, you have to plan your journey. You have to plan. You don't just pop into. You have to check things. You have to check yourself. Make sure you have enough money that can take you to your destination. And not the situation that you only have to. You don't have enough for food. What if there's a breakdown on the road? How do you find yourself? You keep on staying until when the car is fixed. And that means the sense of you coming down is defeated. So I don't want to really take more of your time. Those are the major things we are really talking about in this Yuletide season. You have to really watch as a passenger. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to ask Comrade Williams, Emmanuel. You know, let's say you are a passenger, and the boss here has said that when the driver of a vehicle is, on the way, and then if he's, if the speed is much, you can caution the driver. Do you agree? You think we can do that?
I think our road safety officer has said it all. It is normal when a passenger board any vehicle that you also caution the driver. The level of speed. These drivers just wanted to meet up, and there's this natural thing that comes with Yuletide period. This kind of everybody want to meet up. Everybody want to make sure I have what it takes within this period. For that, there is necessity of watching. Now, it is your responsibility as a passenger to also caution the driver. Come, my life does not lies in your hand. So please drive safely. Now, some persons will also, likewise, some passengers are funny. When the driver is driving carefully, you say, what are you doing? Now, please move, I'm getting late. Just like that. But in the bottom line, it is very, very important that we take caution of whatever we're doing, especially when we are applying the rule.
Thank you. Now, I'd like to come, we talked about a little bit of safety. We're going to come back to some of those issues here. I want to ask you, Dr. Bimisola, what other things should citizens look out for?
Thank you very much once again for having me here. I'm happy that the National Orientation Agency is having a program like this because we can never overemphasize the importance of passing information to the citizens. This is because some people may have an idea, but they need to be reminded over time. Some of these things we are going to talk about are things you already know, but we are here to remind you. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps are very prepared already in Rivers State. We are grateful and we would like to commend the state governor and the good people of Rivers State for their cooperation, for the encouragement so far. We, like my colleague in the road safety has said, this is a time where there is naturally an increase, which we would expect. We would expect some increase in crime. But we as security agents are very prepared and we are ready. We are assuring you that we have internal mechanisms already put in place to put these miscreants and all these hoodlums and all these people who are ready to spoil the peace of Rivers State in their anybody who is planning anything against the rule of law will be brought to book. So please be watchful. I would also like to encourage the good people of Rivers State to be very observant and vigilant. This is because the issue of crime prevention, the issue of security starts with you. We have a lot of security agencies. We have a lot of officers around you. For civil defense, for instance, we have a division in all the 23 local government areas in Rivers State. So please feel free to walk into anywhere, not even just Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps divisions. You have your DPOs, you have the barracks. Feel free to walk in. When you see something, you say something immediately, because it is your duty to pass the information to us, which we are going to act upon. That being said now, the issue of safety. We all know that the geographical location that we are in is we have oil, watery, which is very predominant. This definitely amounts to the fact that some of this adulterated kerosene will be sold during this time. Please ensure you patronize accredited filling stations to buy your kerosenes. We do not want you cooking your Christmas jollof or whatever it is, and then there is an explosion. There was a jingle recently that we brought here on the National Orientation Agency, which I think I've seen being broadcasted. Please, this is a very, very important information that the Rivers State Command of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps is passing. Ensure that you assure your security and safety by buying non-adulterated kerosene. This year alone, we have arrested over 200 oil thieves. Over 48 of them are in court. This is telling that business is still on, but we are assuring you that with the work we are doing in Rivers State, we are going to reduce this crime to the barest insignificant minimum in the state. Also, there are other approaches which are just practical approaches, like the road safety has said. You are going with the increase. We all know that there's an increase in kidnapping, there's an increase in cultism, or there's a tendency, let me put it that way, because the security agencies are doing their very best to ensure that all of this is greatly reduced, which is, we thank God that it is generally reducing in the state. So, but because of this, we have to bear in mind, this is not a time for show off. Everybody is traveling for Christmas. You want to show that yes, 2020 was a great year for you. This is a time to embrace your fellow people in need. You can show up in other ways. You can buy. You have a neighbor who is in need, and you are showing up, buying things that you feel would oppress them. Of course, they may see you they may target you as a victim. So please be your neighbor's keeper. You should help in providing little things which you will be surprised will be needed by them. We will continue to advise the people of Rivers State, because the Nigerian Security Defense Corps, which you know, our motto is defending the defenseless. We are here to defend you in conjunction with other security agencies. By the way, collaboration with other security agencies is 100%. I am happy to announce to you that during this Yuletide, we have our men out there ready and working hard to ensure security in the state. So, please, we would like to hear from you. Feel free to ask questions, and most importantly, take responsibility of your own safety. Take responsibility for crime prevention. There is something you can do. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Webisola. Remember, you can start sending in your comments, questions, and suggestions. I'd like to go back to you, sir, Mr. Patrick.
Yes.
What is your office doing? Are you going to parks to orientate these drivers? Because they are all there, and you know, when you go to these parks, you see them with all sorts of hot drinks, being hot, or kept there in the park. And these same drivers, some of them feel that before they can get into the road in the morning, they need to take a shot of something. So what efforts have you put in place to check all that?
Yes.
And are your men on the road?
Thank you very much. We have been going for this program we call domesticated PE.
Okay.
We have seen that the issue of safety does not really go down well.
Okay.
People, we have 3 tiers of road safety.
Okay.
We have the regular marshals, which I am a regular marshal, we have the special marshals, and we have the grassroots road safety club. And we found out that, the road safety club, even in the school curriculum now, we have road safety, the issue of safety is being taught in various schools. But the thing is, we felt that it is not all enough. There are programs we call early morning cry.
Okay.
We go to motor parks to preach safety to others of vehicles. The very way I have presented myself here. We have been preaching, we have been going to parks. It's only that you see, Nigerians are, you find out that they are difficult.
Yeah.
We've talked severally, but we are not relenting. Like in this Yuletide season, we have our men placed at some flashy points as far as River State is concerned. Okay. Complementing other sister agencies. We know that this is the time that we have, like my colleague said, we have the greatest volume of traffic. We are not relenting. We are trying to make sure we go to all these places. We preach safety to them, and some of them, like the kids, you find out that there is this man who came to the office and told us that I wanted to pull you to take them to school one day. My daughter, Daddy, we were taught in the school that you cannot drive without putting your safety belt on. And that is a right statement right there. We are trying to catch them here. We feel that if we can preach the safety to this kind of people, that they will grow with it, like what the Bible said. Teach a child, the rest, how to.
Yeah, I'd like to take you up on something you have just said. You said trying to ensure that people put on their belt, their safety belt, their seat belt. But we have observed that even the commercial drivers on the road, most of them don't use their seat belts. Why? What has your office done concerning that?
Yes,
even in Port Harcourt, you see a lot of them. You can hardly see one who use their seat belts.
The thing is, Port Harcourt, we are trying our best to make sure. The fines are fines for not wearing seat belt. You see, if you don't wear seat belt, your vehicle is impounded outside. So the thing is, a lot of them, each time they see a men on the road, they conform. Maybe a lot of it's only when they pass our men, they may decide to act otherwise. But the thing is, we have fines for people who don't wear seatbelts.
Okay. You want to say something?
Yes, I'm really interested in what our safety officer is saying. Sir, with due respect, in this our society, the things are going the way that they are not supposed to go. Our agencies are not doing what they are supposed to do. Yes, people are trying. I will not take that out of you. People are trying. But I've seen witnessed situations where you know that a driver applying the road supposed to put on his seat belt. But getting close to your point, I haven't seen that he really put on his seat belt, and yet you will coincide him. So let me sorry, there's a word like that. Some of your men will just end up collecting money. That is not fine. I have been in a vehicle. I cautioned the driver that the road safety, because of we have seen you ahead, he wanted to boycott and whatever. At the end, your men stopped him. And when they stopped him, they said he should come down. He came down. And when behind the vehicle, I was looking at them. What they did, they collected something. They collected money from me and let him go. Then when they came back, I said, driver, do you know you have done the wrong thing? Now, for your simple mistake, these persons that are inside this vehicle, lives are in danger. Do you agree with me? Some passengers are disagree with me. He was very angry with me.
Yeah.
Now, I expected that no matter what, at that point, you stopped him and hold him responsible. What if after leaving your point, something else happened?
Okay.
That is one scenario to all that has been happening on the road.
Okay.
Then the other way around, I've gone to see, yes, I've traveled to Kano State.
Okay.
I entered a vehicle too. They said at the front seat, it's only one passenger.
Okay.
And you put on their seatbelts. But when they come to that state, it is, I don't know what to say, but they are really as if it's normal. They carry, and the drivers are seeing that it's also inconveniencing them on the process of changing gear.
Okay.
But yet they will carry 2 passengers. And your men on the road will see that and not caution the devil. Some of these things cause accidents, and which is not too good.
Okay.
Let me also use that to our security by the civil defense. I think I commend what you people are doing. This festive period is well, everybody want to make sure they celebrate with their family. They want to travel home. They want to safety and crime. I look at them pari passu. They work together.
Okay.
Now, if we can prevent some of these things ahead of time, it will not occur. Now, there are some crimes that happen within our locality, within our environment, within our community that we can prevent. Because something of such natures have happened before, no correction measures that was taken. The second person or the next person will say, after when I do nothing will happen. You went ahead and started to do it. So, but what I'm saying to you as the civil defense, you are very close to the community, which you know all the crimes that have been happening within the community. Now, it is your responsibility also to gather information with our community citizens that to prevent, to get information first, and also be proactive.
Okay.
To such of this. These things will actually prevent some of these crime and
Okay. Thank you. Can you respond to that? Your
Yes,
question that he has asked.
yes, thank you very much. You talked about our men extorting on the road.
Yeah.
Actually, in all formations, you have some bad eggs.
Yeah.
But I expected you as a true citizen of this country to have pushed further.
Okay.
Maybe you come out, you pick the location, you can, everybody now, we are in a small global village. You can always snap, so that you have enough evidence. And then you come to our office and incident your report. You will be treated confidentially.
Okay.
I mean, it's not all about you have seen a crime committed and you just keep it to yourself. It's wrong. So these are the things, if you see a man, behaving funny on the road, it behoves on you to come and lay a complaint. So time, but the areas you have the route, the time, and you can check, every of our vehicle we have body codes.
Yeah.
You pick up the body codes of the vehicle. Then you come, there are channels we have the sector intelligence officer. I am in charge of policy research and statistics.
Okay.
You can always come around to incident and we'll treat it confidentially.
Okay.
We'll make sure that at least you go with a sound mind. So that is what I expect from you.
Okay.
Then you talk about drivers, Actually, it is giving us a serious. We are dialoguing with the body, and the body is AURTW River State.
Okay.
Because you have a point in what you were saying. I'm talking about, if you see most of our taxis, most of our cabs in River State, they are all write-offs. The thing is, we have gotten a lot of them booked. But the thing, you will tell them, when you go, put this in order. They start complaining that times are hard. But we tell them, we make them to understand that you are carrying human beings.
Yes.
That the safety of these people It's in your hand.
Yeah.
So we keep on, we are dialoguing with the NERTW. We are talking on the way forward.
Okay.
Very soon you see change.
Okay, thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you, Doctor. Doctor, can you respond to his own question? A question and a comment though, while we can then take on the comments. So many comments are coming.
That was an interesting question, but I would like to, it's just a simple answer. There
Okay.
is no security agency, whether in Nigeria or in any part of the world, that is going to try without information gathering.
Okay.
All this intelligence. There is no, I repeat, there is no security agency that can try without this. And because of this, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in all the states, not leaving out River State, has an intelligence department whereby we have an officer in all the divisions, which are in all the local government areas, as I mentioned. We get information that we feel can be useful, and definitely they do the needful. The officer knows what to do to send and pass information across, and the necessary action will definitely be taken.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to start taking in some comments. We have from Chinwe Opara. He says it is the responsibility of every citizen to voice out against reckless driving by reporting to FRST officials on our roads. Yes, Mr. Patrick has mentioned that. From Ini, Irene Peppo, thank you for streaming live with us. She says, very enlightening program, on point for the season. We must all take responsibility for our safety and security. You mentioned that. It's everyone's responsibility, for your safety and security. From Mr. Charles Opara, he said, this topic is apt and very expository. Kudos to NOA River State. Thank you so much. From also Pepple, he says, when you see something, say something. Great job by Mr. Charles Omako. Great job, NOA. Well done. Thank you so much. I also have from Mr. Chiwe Opara, he said, there is need to promote effective relationship and cooperation between security agents and the citizens. Citizens must pass actionable intelligence to security agents to act and perform effectively. Dr. Bebisola also mentioned that in response to what Comrade Emmanuel said. From Mr. Taylor Harry, he says, I suggest the FRST post personnel to the major motor parks this festive season to enforce safety regulations and preach the need for caution to drivers as they prepare to leave the park. You said you already have that in the process. Yes, you already have that in the process. From Nkem Jika Grace, he said this topic is very good for this season. Road safety should try as much as possible to charge overloading and defaulters, not to collect peanuts from drivers.
No, part of the things we have put in place is mobile court.
Okay.
Mobile court will have various mobile courts to try hailing drivers.
Okay.
So that is another way to checkmate, their excesses.
Okay.
So the rest assured, we'll have so many mobile courts going on around the state.
And the people going to see it very soon, or are they already out there?
Very soon we'll swing into action, but I want to assure you that there will be mobile courts.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd like to ask Mr. We've been talking about safety on the road, and then our personal security. But COVID-19 is still around the corner.
Yes.
There is an upsurge in infection in cases. So, Mr. Begibo Harry, Mr. Begibo Williams, I know you are from Degema local government area, NOA Degema. What have you told your people? Because it's like people have let down their guard concerning COVID-19.
Yes, you are very correct.
Okay.
Mostly this season,
okay,
as I was coming in along the path here, people have used sight of what COVID-19 is all about. You see people jamming each other, not keeping the protocols and guidelines of COVID-19, which is very dangerous. Mostly this period, everybody wants to be safe. Safety is to be guaranteed in every area of life.
Yeah.
And now, this COVID-19 that we are talking about, there are measures put in place.
Okay.
Measures put in place and protocols and guidelines in every area of life. In the school, in the market, on the roads. Even as we are here, you can see that almost all of us are having our face masks.
Yeah.
You get the face masks, you get the hand sanitizers, you get whatever means to be hygienic at least.
Okay.
Let us keep good hygiene in every area of life. That is one of the priority of preventive aspect of COVID-19.
Okay.
If you are not safe, you put yourself in danger.
Okay.
So this period we have already informed, interacted with people that they should be conscious of themselves about this COVID-19. Just recently, I have told them yesterday, I was with the gathering at Degema. Yes, I told them that look, by 23 of this month, there will be a court martial every area of the LGAs. People will be there to monitor people. If you are not under the protocols of COVID-19, you'll be arrested.
Okay.
You know? And there is a penalty if you don't wear a face mask. Forget about the gathering. When you are gathering, there will be a distance. As we are now, there is a distance.
Yeah.
In every gathering, there will be a distance. Physical distance, and the hand sanitizer should be employed at every area of activities. Then, finally, the face mask is one of the most important aspects of it. If you don't put it on, you are putting yourself in danger. Which is not the best. And let every citizen take responsibility.
I'd like to ask you stories, Omar. Thank you, Mr. Bikimbo. How is it in your local government area? Are people obeying this? Are they taking these protocols, into cognizance? Are they following it? And what are you doing in Opobo local government area to ensure that the citizens, are involved in this?
Thank you very much. We in the Opobo local government, we are trying our best. We go to schools, we go to the marketplaces, we meet the chiefs, the men and women groups. At least we have been telling them about this COVID-19, how they should go about it. So some of them are obeying, but most of them are not. Those of them in the market. The market will say, there's nothing like that in this country, Nigeria. Don't try to eat money. We know it's not the truth. That's not true. So people should obey it so that we'll be safe and be free. When we go to school, so most schools obey, because you see the students and the teachers wearing their face masks to class. But those women in the market, they are the problem. And other people. Even when you want to enter, you say, Madam, big that up. It's not happening here. Carry it to Port Harcourt where you feel that COVID-19 is there. They say it's not in the village that we should go to the town. So that is it. So we are trying to do our best so that we make things, tell them to obey it by washing their hands regularly and keeping social distance.
Okay. Dr. Wemisola, you want to comment on that?
Yes. So just to buttress what they have said, I would like to further enjoin the state government in emphasizing that we need to follow the protocols already set aside, because COVID-19 is still very much present. In fact, statistical analysis and some epidemiological projections show that we are expecting another upsurge. We are hoping and praying this wouldn't be, but we need to prepare. We need to prepare ahead. We need to preserve our lives for the meantime. Hopefully very soon the vaccine will be available. We are all aware that the vaccine is already out worldwide. But in Nigeria, by God's grace, we'll be having the vaccine, and then we'll be free to live our lives completely the way it used to be. But before then, in the meantime, do what you need to do. These are simple hygiene precautions. Even when COVID-19 is no more here, these are things that we should get used to. Washing your hands, sanitizing your hands, because even the World Health Organization have also projected that after this, there may still be some other zoonotic diseases or pandemics, just like COVID-19, which may come in future. And these basic protocols, such as washing your hands, social distancing, and all of that, covering your nose when you need to sneeze and cough, can just be the life-saving principle that is going to help us. So let us just try to imbibe these attributes, make it a way of life. Let's continue to teach and educate our children, our aged ones in the community, that they should just make it a way of life. Let's not even limit it to only COVID-19, because we are hopeful that by next year, hopefully, by God's grace, with the recent development and introduction of vaccines, which was found by Pfizer and some other companies, this pandemic is going to be a thing of the past.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I'd like to take in some more comments. Eleyi Taylor Harris says the invited persons should please leave their hot or emergency lines for the public. We'll take that at the end of the program. If you have hot lines and emergency lines. I have from Prince Wobo. He says road safety should do more sensitization and more conscientization to the people that routine checks on our roads, which is selective and negates the purpose of the commission. You have mentioned that, you talked about that you have the things in place, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, we've heard so much about safety. It's not that we don't know these things, but just to remind you, again and again, on the need for you to keep safe on the road, the need for you to speak out, the need for you to watch around, for crime prevention. Now, I'm going to go to a topic that is trending. There have been reported cases, or the rate at which this particular thing happens in our society. It has increased. And I'm here with Barrister Esther Acho Korianta. She's from FIDA. And I know that FIDA has been doing a lot of things in recent times in this aspect. So I would like for her to talk to us on what this is all about and what has FIDA done so far and what is the advice that she can give out there to parents, because she's a mother, she's a wife, and besides, she's a legal practitioner. So thank you, Esther.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity where we are talking about safety and security. And this is really part of the safety and security we are talking about. What you want me to talk about is incest. The high rate of incest. Incest is also part of rape and defilement. It's classified in that group. Now, rape and defilement, having unlawful carnal knowledge of another, forceful. The issue of consent does not come in if it has to do with a child. Yes. So a child cannot give consent from 18 years down, 17 years down cannot give consent. So when we are talking about incest, prohibited degree of consanguinity and affinity, which has to do with having sex, taking carnal knowledge of your relative, your sister, your brother, fathers sleeping with their children, even mothers sleeping with their sons, sisters, siblings sleeping together. That is high rate of degree of consanguinity and affinity, which is called incest. It's an offense. Thank God for the adoption of the VAP law in the state. So the VAP law has provided 10 years as a punishment for incest, having carnal knowledge of your relative. Now, when it has to do with children, to us at FIDA, we don't do 10 years. Yes, it is pure defilement, which is life imprisonment. So in this season, in this period, let us not just relax and say it is the Yuletide season, and we just feel relaxed. We wouldn't want to, as parents, take responsibilities for our children. Most times we get so busy that we forget that these people are our responsibilities. We get so relaxed. Sometimes we say, no, we've had a woman that said, my husband cannot do that. Even in church, we tell them, even in church, they do it. We'll see pastors sleeping with his own child. So don't just trust anybody to release or leave your children with them. Even your own children, even your husband. We've had a case where a father sleeps with his own 3 children. 3 children. His wife has passion stroke and he now turns to his children as wives. He sleeps with them to the extent of aborting the children whenever he impregnates them. We have a case where a man sleeps with his 9-year-old child, and the woman could not come and talk. She could not talk because she's trying to hide it. She's trying to save her family from shame and stigma, as they used to say, until she now put to bed. And when the child was just 12 days old, he started fingering the child. So that was when he now ran to us at FIDA. And we looked at her, we said, finally you have come. When it happened the first time, probably if you have spoken, maybe you wouldn't have abused this child of 12 days old. So let us parents in this season pay attention to our children. Let us not neglect the fact that these people are vulnerable. The children are vulnerable. They can be abused by anybody. Don't say we've seen a grandfather that sleeps with his grandchildren.
My God.
Yes, because sometimes you send your children, go and stay with grandpa. And the child, we don't observe these children. When a child is insisting, no, I don't want to go to a particular place, and you're forcing that child, go and stay with uncle, go and stay with auntie, and that child is saying, mommy, I don't want to go. But because we don't pay attention to these people, push them there. A grandfather that lives with his own granddaughter, we've had such cases. We have had so many cases of incest, and we are telling you live and direct that these things are real. They are so real. Don't say, is my brother. A woman will come and say, it's my brother. Come. The uncle will come and say, come and sit down. We've had a case like that where the uncle came in and said, Juliet, long time. Oh, you're not a big. Come and hug uncle. And by the time she's sitting on the lap, the man right there in the presence of the mother is favoring the child. So these things are on the increase. Incest is on the increase. And we are telling you that it is life imprisonment. Now, we don't have whether you say it's consent for adults. They say consent or no consent. And of course, you cannot give consent in such issue. People are related. So it is an offense. Whether you say she gave me consent, she agreed to it, no. That Act has said that it is 10 years imprisonment for incest. That's for adults. Yes. Now for children, it is pure defilement. Now we just had a case that a father slept with his own child and impregnated her. A 13-year-old girl. We had a case where a man could not stand, his penis could not rise for his wife, but his wife's younger sister, a girl of 13 years, the penis will rise. He kept on molesting the child for 11 years. And the child just this year gave birth. A 13-year-old. Yes. The mother is in court right now. Gave birth to a baby. Baby giving birth to another baby. So these things are real. Let us not just get there and relax and go and enjoy the season. You take your children to the park and you leave them. You don't monitor your children. Let us pay serious attention to our children. We do know that sometimes it is either the school that reports this to us, because we parents, we are so busy, we don't pay attention. Some parents cannot bathe their children, even though as FIDA we go to schools, because of the high rate of incest, the high rate of defilement and rape, abuse on children. We go to school, this 10 days activism against 16 days activism.
The Orange
the World. We did a lot. We covered so many communities. Though we have been doing that, we've been going to communities, sensitizing them and on all these things. But this recently, we have been going to schools, teaching the children on their sexual parts and how to defend themselves when these things arise. Parents, it's time we teach our children about their sexual parts.
Let me continue the person will be there. Is it the duty of the teacher in school or the parents? Whose duty is this? The first point of communicating or teaching the child about these things.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
It is the duty of the parents
Okay.
to teach the children. We even tell them, once the child is 1 year old, try to let her know her sexual part,
Okay.
her part, and nobody should touch that area, that they are her private part. In fact, we have songs for them. No one should touch me from my shoulder to my knee.
Okay.
That's where the sexual parts are located.
Okay.
So nobody has right to touch you. From year one, start telling them. Let them start knowing that these are their own parts alone. Nobody has right to tamper with it.
Okay.
Yes, it is the duty of the parents, but most parents shy away from it. Most parents shy away. They don't want to teach the children. Even during this 16 days activity, we went to school. You can imagine when we were teaching the children, some of them were laughing. Most of them were laughing. They are covering their faces. Some of them in secondary school, they don't know. And those people, they are the most vulnerable.
Yes.
Those ones in secondary school, they are the most vulnerable. Because even their fellow students abuse them. And there's one thing we are neglecting: the abuse on boys.
Okay. Yes.
The abuse on boys is on the increase.
Okay.
Gay is on the increase. We are focusing more on the girls than we are now neglecting the boys. But these people have become more vulnerable because there are a lot of gay men around. We've had a case where the young boy went sells pure water, and the idiot, I call him idiot. So the matter is in court. The man saw him and said, "Young boy, come, I'll buy all your pure water." Bought one bag of pure water, paid. With the excitement, the man now said, "Okay, go and drop it. Look at my house in that street. Go and drop it there." And he followed the boy. When he got it, "Oh, come, let me give you something." He brought a drink, messed it, dropped it, and the innocent boy drank and slept up. He didn't know what happened again. He only woke up to find out that he was having pain, he could not sleep. According to him, he said, "I started seeing milk and kata pouring out from my bum." So you see, these people are becoming vulnerable. In as much as we are paying attention to the girls, let us also pay attention to the boys. And who sometimes who are perpetrators of these things? Boys. We don't, it's part of the sex education.
Yeah.
We don't educate our boys. Tell them this is an offense. You should not do, in fact, put the fear in them. If you touch any woman, any girl, you will go to prison for life. It's life imprisonment. So even if the prison, they have remand home for children, tell them you go there, only you will be there. And let us also tell them the consequences. Their lives will be cut short and all that. So let us also focus on our boys too. Educate them. Tell them the consequences of this. They should not bully. They should not take undue advantage of their female counterparts. Yes.
I'd like to ask, I'm just overwhelmed by what I'm hearing. What is the cause of this abnormal behavior? What is it? What is?
I think on this aspect, our cultural value system have been eroded. It has been in a way that even the parents are not taking precautionary measures on their children. Like just what she said. I will shift the blame not to anybody but to the parents, especially the mother.
Why? Why the mother? The father is in the house.
That is the point I want to make. The father is always up and down. The mother spends more time with the children. Now,
I agree with that.
I'm coming. Yes. Now, if the mother spends more time with it is everybody, but the woman has the higher responsibility. Now, why am I saying this? I have a girl child. She's of her early 20s. Let me not talk about personality, but I just want to use it as a case study.
Okay.
This young girl was growing up before us. I will be teaching her sex education. I, the father, will be teaching her sex education. But the mother will be getting angry with you. why are you teaching her all these things? You are exposing her. I said, it is better I teach her me, the father. Let her know it from me, so that when she go outside, nobody will deceive her.
Okay. Okay.
Now she grew up. To my greatest surprise, my daughter is also teaching other children.
Okay.
Now she is telling others that I am a role model.
Mm-hmm.
Now, now you now ask the role the mother is supposed to play, which she's not playing. I now play that role. Okay, keep that aside.
Okay.
In our various public schools, a lot happened. Before the opening of our schools, I took my time. I went to the school as our organization might start global initiative for public enlightenment.
Okay.
Now we went there to see the level of preparation for the COVID-19 and for our children. We went there. Most of the schools were not prepared to welcome these students. But however, the government need to do more. Then most of these things happen in their peers, because the peers come, they deceive themselves, and I will not say they encourage, but they deceive themselves mostly. So we must take that time. Also talk to government to put a precautionary measures both in the school.
Thank you. I'd like to hear from Mrs. Omako. You are a mother. Just briefly, our time is, we don't have time anymore. Briefly, what would you say about this?
Yes, what all of us are saying is very right. Yes, as a mother, I used to educate my children. Because my mother especially, most time we put more on the child. At least to know what to do whenever somebody touch them or call them. Come, let me send you somewhere. I've told them, don't go.
Okay.
Don't go to meet any young man, all alone. Call me to come and buy something. Tell your aunt to say no. My mommy said I should not go. So let us try to tell our children what and what to do. Or this is my auntie, this is my uncle, this is my auntie.
Okay.
Not every auntie that calls you to do this and do that.
Okay.
So it's not good.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Tell me, Dr. Benisola, I'd like you to say something on this.
Yes, this just goes back to what we have said before, which is it is our responsibility to be very vigilant and observant.
Yes.
He was saying it lies more with the mother, but I disagree, because the father has a role to play and the mother has her role to play as well. Please ensure you communicate effectively with your children. You have to be their best friends. Now, I would also like to enlighten us that the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps works in collaboration with NAPTIP and the Ministry of Women Affairs. This means that when you can freely walk into our divisions or our commands to report any cases like this. We have a gender unit, we have an anti-human trafficking unit as well. When we get people like this need to be brought to book,
Yes.
we should not be sympathetic with them at all. How can you see a child and of all things to think of is to defend such a child? Please ensure that when you see something, say something. Everything about crime prevention, safety, and another thing I would also like to point out during this Yuletide is that we tend to let our guard down because we are all in the mood of celebration.
Excitement everywhere.
Because of these are the times where we need to be very watchful and mindful of our environment. Also, I would also like to just chip in that we should also limit alcohol intake because especially for women, like she was talking about rape. When you are on the influence, you are somehow defenseless. Your senses diminish. So please, this thing goes back to be very observant, be very vigilant. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. One last word from you.
Okay, I just want to add that when somebody is abused or a child, don't just rush to go and clean up the child. You can take pictures of the child.
Okay.
Report to the nearest police station.
Okay.
Then take the child to the hospital. Take the child to the hospital immediately so that they can treat the child to prevent pregnancy, diseases, infection, HIV, and all that at that stage. So at FIDA, we are always ready and open. We handle these cases of this nature. And let me surprise you. These things, they have been there.
Okay.
They have been there. They have been happening. You know, initially, people don't want to speak up. They don't want to hide.
Okay.
We are telling you that you should speak up. It's the high rate of awareness we have created.
Okay.
Speak up. Cases of this nature are not heard in the open courts.
Okay.
They are heard in the chamber.
Okay.
So we are family, we are the stigma will be reduced. There won't be anything like stigma, especially involving a child.
Okay.
So it's heard in the chamber. So,
Okay, do you have a hotline? Can you give us your hotline?
okay.
I think we have just 4 minutes to go.
Okay, our lines are, the office number is 0811
Okay.
999 9921.
Take it again.
0811 999 9921. That's the office number. Then we can also call 080 370 66670. My own number is 080 642 72219.
Okay, so you can contact her. Remember, viewers, she has just given you even her personal line, so you can reach her. Okay, so sir, can you give them your hotline? You say.
We have various call stations. So 122 is our.
Okay.
Anytime there is a crash or anything, just call 122.
Okay.
It's a toll free.
Okay. Remember 122 for road safety. Okay, ma'am.
I would like to encourage us to, whenever you have this kind of cases, you physically visit, but where you cannot, I'll leave the line or which you can contact with the moderator.
Okay.
So they will post it.
Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you. It has been a wonderful time, you know. Really, I wish we could continue on this. But I want to assure you viewers that come January, we're going to be talking so much about gender-based violence, incest, and how to protect the child. This is the final edition of this program for the year 2020. And my last word to you this morning is that remember, COVID-19 is real. It's still around the corner. We've been having deaths, news of people dying. So don't wait for you to be infected. There are different measures, protocols, and if you adhere to them, then you'll be free from it. Thank you once again. We're excited to be streaming live with you today. And I want to express our appreciation to all those that have streamed live with us since the inception of this program. Thank you so much. Thank you, my guests in the studio. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, doctor. Again, remember, together we can move Nigeria to greatness. So do the right thing. Transform Nigeria. This is National Orientation Agency, River State, Nigeria.